Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney if you're new here, and for today's video I'm going to be testing out the new Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Pro Filt'R powder foundation. So I'm actually going to compare this to my regular everyday powder foundation routine, which happens to be Covergirl. So I'm gonna do half Covergirl and half Fenty Beauty. I've not tried the Fenty Beauty one yet at all, so it's gonna be first impressions. But before we get into the video, be sure that you are subscribed and be sure to hit that notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. So I already put on my concealer, I put down my creams. So right off the bat, before we even do anything, the differences between the Fenty Beauty and the Covergirl one, the Covergirl one actually has 0.35 ounces and the Fenty Beauty one has 0.32 ounces. Boring. And the Covergirl one ranges from $8.94 to $11.99. I think I bought it at $11.99, but also buy one, get one 50% off sale I think I got. So I did get two shades, and the Fenty Beauty one is $36, and I matched it to Maybelline foundation, so we'll see how that works out. The Covergirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder. Now this is not marketed as a foundation, but I use it as such, and I use the shade Fair and the shade Medium. I probably should have gotten a shade up from Fair, but I ended up getting Fair as more of a highlighting powder for under the eyes, and then Medium for all over the face, which is quite, I would say, a little orangey. It oxidizes a little bit, but it still has a really nice finish, and the price is right. Yeah, so I have a full routine up on my channel. Minimal makeup video is like 2 videos before this, and if you want to see my everyday routine, you can check that out. So what I first do is I go in with a sponge. I'm gonna do this on this side, I think, and I just go in with a damp sponge, and I put this where I put my concealer, under the eyes, on the sides of the nose, kind of just to brighten the area. As you can see, it's not like super heavy, but by using a sponge, it really concentrates powder. I'm really digging in here. And I also have a scar here that I like to put the lighter color on that as well, just to kind of camouflage that a little bit and brighten it up before I put the medium shade on. The other thing is that the Covergirl pressed powder only comes in 9 shades, and on Ulta, they only have 3 out of the 9. No deep shades at all. I don't know why that is, but it's a little weird.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
So I did see that online at Covergirl they showed 9 shades, and including a translucent shade. So then I go in with a brush. I use an RT400, just a powder brush, and I'll just go with this all over as you would a foundation. So I really like this Covergirl one because 1, the price point, 2, it really keeps the oils down. Like at the end of the day, you can still see like a nice sheen, but not an overwhelming amount of oils. And it layers on really well. I'm gonna bring you guys in a little bit. There you go. So this is the Covergirl side on here, and this is with no powder at all. Now I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Pro Filt'R Soft Matte Powder Foundation. So I got the shade 240. I matched it with, I think I matched it with Maybelline Warm Nude. So we'll see how that works, because sometimes the shade finder between different brands is not exact on Sephora. So I watched Rihanna's video, and she uses the puff that comes in, or the sponge rather, that comes inside. So you get a mirror and the product, and then also another mirror underneath with the sponge in here. So the sponge feels pretty nice actually. I don't use the little sponges that come with the Covergirl ones because I don't really like those. I feel like they don't work very well. But I'm gonna try this one. She actually uses 2 shades as well, but I only bought the 1 shade. So she'll use like a skin color one, and then she'll use a lighter one under her eyes. So I'm just gonna really go in there. That looks nice. And we're just gonna start pouncing it into the skin. Ooh. That's really nice. It really is like velvet. Like, it's making my skin look velvety. It's definitely more full coverage than the Covergirl for sure. To get this kind of coverage, I would have to really pack it on the other side. This is really pretty. Wow. That is full coverage. Yeah, I don't mind the sponge either. I am shocked. I thought it might have been one of those products that were just like overhyped and over-sponsored, but I really like this so far. I think it smoothed out my skin, really gave me good coverage without putting on too much product. It still looks untouched. So far I really like it. So the Fenty Beauty comes in 50 shades. That is fantastic. But it also makes it a little harder to find your shade. But if you use the shade finder or if you use the liquid foundations, it's supposed to be a perfect match to the shades of the liquid foundations that they have. That right there is already a huge difference between the Drugstore Covergirl and Fenty Beauty. I'm gonna try to get some coverage going a little bit more on this side just to kind of even it out. Now that I'm adding more of it with the sponge, the finish is looking pretty similar actually. So I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup off camera and then I will be back with final thoughts. I think the finish is pretty similar. Even the colors match pretty well. The shade Medium from Covergirl and the Fenty Beauty shade 240, they look pretty similar in finish. I feel like the Covergirl one is gonna oxidize, so we'll see if the Fenty side oxidizes as well. I will do a wear test. I will be back in a couple hours to show you guys how this wears throughout the day.
6 hours later.
Okay, hello guys. So this is about 6 hours later with no touch-ups at all. So as you can see, I'm shiny here, 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 normal oiliness for me. Both sides look pretty much the same. I do feel like the Covergirl side might be a little less shiny. I think with just a little touch up on both sides, it'll still look pretty good. So I'm just gonna do a little touch up on the Fenty side. Oh yeah, look at that. Just like new. So that's with the touch up after 6 hours. So I'm noticing that around my mouth, under my nose, and on my chin looks a little gross. I'm wondering if that is from the concealer that I used. I used Tarte Shape Tape and it's looking a little busted. So final thoughts, besides the shade range of the Covergirl, which sucks, these pretty much do the same exact thing. So if you want to save some money and you find a shade that will work for you, I would recommend the Covergirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder. And if you can't find your shade in that, you can splurge on this one. I do think it's really good. Curious to see how this would work on top of a liquid foundation. That concludes this video for the Fenty Beauty and Covergirl comparison. I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please give this video a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. And be sure to hit that notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. Be sure you're following me on all my social medias. It's @latestcourtney everywhere: Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. I will be posting on my socials to notify you guys when a new video is up, so be sure that you are following me there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.